Welcome back, students. In this video, we're going to cover lesson 7.1. This are angles of polygons. Go ahead and get right into it. So, convex polygon, this is a shape where all the corners point outward. Could be this, could be this. Let's see. Could be that. I know that's a little rugged, but all the vertices are pointing outward. Concave would be, so let's see, like if one side was pointed in. Let's say they appear to kind of remove that from the the lesson because they don't really talk about concave very much. We're not gonna be trying to measure anything like that. Okay, sorry about that. Let's see. Just realized I paused it and then said sorry like I had done something, but with me pausing it, you guys just heard me stop in the middle of the sentence probably. All right, let's continue. So I'm gonna talk about the theorem 7.1, so the polygon interior angles sum theorem. So the sum of the interior angles measures of an n-sided convex polygon is n minus 2, n being the number of sides, minus 2 times 180. And n-sided, that's just however many sides, that's what you plug in. So example, 4 sides, like a quadrilateral. So n being 4, because it's 4-sided. 4 minus 2 is 2, and 2 times 180 is 360. Think about a triangle. A triangle has 3 sides. 3 minus 2 is 1. 1 times 180 is 180. And basically you go up 180 degrees for every side after a triangle. So like here, n minus 2 times 180. So 7 sides. 7 minus 2. That's going to be 5. 5 times 180 is 900. So, So 7 sides, that's a heptagon, is 900 degrees for all of the interior angles. All right, 7.2 is your polygon exterior angles sum theorem. So the sum of the exterior angle measures of a convex polygon, one angle at each vertex is 360. So it doesn't matter how many sides, whether it's a triangle, whether it's, this hexagon, it's always 360. So that's a little easier. Here it's the number of sides minus 2 times 180. Exterior is always 360. So let's get into some examples. All right, so example 1. So the example is over here, the practice is over here. So I'm going to do this and you guys are going to do that. So example 1, find the measure of each interior angle measure for pentagon HJKLM. HJKLM. So we could write out all these, but we're gonna combine like terms in a moment. Let's see. But first, so 5 sides, pentagon. Well, I'm pointing up there like you can see it. Sorry, it was off the screen. So n minus 2 times 180, that's going to give us our total. So 5 minus 2. That's going to be 3 times 180. And 3 times 180 is 540. So 540 degrees for our total. So we'll say 540 equals. And then, like I said, we can write out all this or we can combine our like terms, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to say here's a 3x and a 3x. That makes 6x. 6x plus 2x makes 8x. 8x plus 2x makes 10x. So again, 2, 4. 4 plus 6 is 10x. All right, now, so we have 142. 14 and 14. So 142, or 14 plus 14 is 28. 28 plus 142 is 170. So this is what we end up with. All of these guys, we'll just underline these three, and they were all positive. So now we're just going to solve for x, and then they want the interior angles, and we're just going to plug in x above all these guys. Notice J already has a total. So we're giving them H, K, L, and M. And notice these are congruent and these are congruent. So we're just going to plug in x twice. So subtract the 170. These cancel. 10x is going to come down. 540 minus 170 is 370. Divide both sides by 10. And we're going to find that x is equal to 37. Now we just plug them in. So 2 times 37 is 74. So h is 74 and k is 74 because they were both 2x and we plugged in x. All right, so here, and where is my calculator? I think it is missing, so we're just going to have to use my notes. So 3 times 37 plus 14, this is going to equal out to 125. So this would be 111 plus 14 is 125. And if we add 125 and 125, 74 and 74 and 142, it'll give us a total of 540. All right, so you guys are over here. This is a 6-sided figure, and they want E. So you're going to do n minus 2 times 180 to get your total, and then just combine your terms so you can solve for x and then plug x in here. So let's go moving down the page. Example 2. All right, like I said, this is the I do, this is the you do. All right, so example 2, the measure of an interior angle of a regular polygon is 144. Find the number of sides in the polygon. I think it's in the, I thought it was on this page, but so regular means that they're congruent. Well, actually, never mind. We'll get to that in a minute. So here we're going to take our n minus 2 times 180. Now to get the total for each angle, assuming they're all congruent, which if they're regular, they are, we're going to take the number of sides minus 2 times 180 divided by the number of sides to get the total for each side. Well, they're telling us that each side is 144. So we're going to work this backwards. We're going to say that we're going to multiply both sides by n, because this gets rid of my fraction. So now we have 144n, because that's this guy, equals n minus 2. So remember, guys, this is the same as, just write it over here. So 180 times n minus 2. This is the same as this. We got to distribute. So 180 times n. 180 times n is 180n, and then 180 times negative 2, or 180 times negative 2 would be negative 360. So now let's solve for n, because that's what they want to know, is the number of sides. So notice we have a negative. Normally I tell you guys to subtract the smaller number with the variable from the larger, but in this case, since we're trying to separate them anyway, let's subtract both sides, and you're going to get 2 negatives, but they're going to end up, 2 negatives make a positive when we're dividing. So we're going to say 180n minus both sides. So this side cancels. 144n minus 180n is negative 36n. And of course, we've got negative 360 on this side. So see how it works out for us. Negative 36, negative 36. Of course, the negatives cancel. And n is going to equal 10. So 10-sided figure, or 10-sided polygon, a regular polygon, has a measure of 144 for each angle. All right, so over here, you guys are going to do the same. So we're going to say n minus 2. I'm going to write the formula for you. Times 180. Equals, well, over n equals 150. So now you guys are going to solve for n just like I did over here. All right, let's flip over. right, again, this other page is set up the same way. Example is on the left, that's the I do, and the practice is on the right, that's the you do. And trying to get paper to cooperate. Let's see, check her lighting. There we go. Okay, so on the left, example 3, find the value of x. All right, so our theorem told us that the exterior is equal to 360. And the way I look at it, or the way I said this in class, is if I'm facing the back of the room and I turn all the way around till I'm facing the back of the room again, I've gone 360 degrees. So that's kind of the way to think about it. Or just imagine all these shapes have a circle around them, and a circle is 360. So 360 degrees equals, so we're going to combine everything here. So 2x plus 9x makes 11x. 11x plus 6x makes 17x. And then we have 139 to come along with us, because that's our other angle. Now, let's see. So, exterior angles always equal 360. So, now, subtracting the 139 from both sides. These are going to cancel. 17x is coming down. And 360 minus 139 is going to give us 221. If we divide both sides by 17, you're going to get that x is equal to 221 divided by 17 is 13. So x equals 13. Push this down. So you guys are going to do the same thing here. These are exterior, so they equal 360 always. And just combine your like terms because you're solving for x, just like I did. All right, moving down. Example 4. Find the measure of each exterior angle of a regular dodecagon. And it says regular means the sides and angles are congruent. I thought it said that earlier, but that's okay. I told you anyway. So 360 total regardless, but we need to know, so dodecagon, if you go back to the previous